Today we're going to work on a little bit of upper body mobility because it's becoming an issue because Mari and I are moving stuff right now. But it is also something that we're seeing with clients right now is that upper cervical tightness, shoulder immobility, leading to what feels like shoulder tension and neck tension. So you're going to need a strap today because it's going to be what we're going to be working on today is mobilizing the cervical spine. But we're going to start closer to the ground. And even when we do hip work today, it's going to be closer to the ground and we're going to be using the strap. So just go ahead and come to the ground. We're going to start out with the block and the ball. And we're going to start with our pelvic floor work right away. So we're going to put the ball on top of the block. And then you're going to kneel down and sit with the ball midway between your pubic bone and your tailbone. We're just going to open things up right now. And we're going to start on that pelvic floor and activating that pelvic floor. And feel what it feels like working on that pelvic floor right away when usually we work into it. We've worked other parts of our body. You can tell when it's on or when it's off or it's overly tense. And now we're going to work on kind of pelvic floor mobility as you just contract your pelvic floor, then release, contract, and release. You're going to also add your abdominal wall to get that transverse abdominis involved, rectus abdominis, and the obliques. So everything's kind of girdling in as you're squeezing that pelvic floor and then releasing. Remember that ball's midway between your pubic bone and your tailbone. So you don't want it being right directly under the tailbone, which it's easy to do. Abs are nice and tight. Squeeze, release. Make sure that head is over the top of the ball. That's very, very important. Squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. Abs are nice and tight. Feel what it feels like to close up the rib cage. Feel what it feels like to draw the shoulder blades down and back. And once again, get the head over the top of the ball as you squeeze and release. Okay. Now that we know that the pelvic floor is activating and you're activating your abdominal wall simultaneously, we're going to now take the strap. If you have a super long one like I do, you can double it up. We're going to put the strap around your neck. And you're going to just like you're holding an athletic towel around your neck or something like that. And you're just going to move your head and neck around. You're going to just rock it back and forth. You're going to do extension. You're going to do lateral bend. And you're just creating cervical motion. I know you can do flexion and you can do flexion, but I want you to focus on extension because so much of our day is spent forward working our smartphones and working on computers, looking down, that we seldom put our neck into extension. I want you to try to get extension as well as flexion. And then we can add what I call milking the cow. You're going to pull on the strap a little bit. So if you want to get your head to go more to the left, you pull on the right strap. If you want your head to go more to the right, you pull on the left strap. Just move things around, get things mobilized. We're working the lower cervicals first. Just trying to create shape and mobility. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in that tummy. And obviously that pelvic floor is on. I know it's really easy to slouch right now, but keep your chest up. Okay? Just move that head and neck around. We're going to really open things up. As you now head that strap straight forward, same thing. You're going to move your head and neck around. You can melt the cow, which means you pull one strap in the other. You can rock that head back. Just relax. You're breathing. You should be opening up your sinuses as well. Now we're doing restoration of the curve in the cervical spine. And now you're going to aim those straps up, doing the same thing. You should almost notice an immediate relief in what felt like shoulder tension because you're just creating restoration of the cervical curve. Okay, rest your arms for a quick second. Because that's work above the level of your heart, so it tends to drive the blood out of your arms, and that's why we have to work up to it. You're going to send the right strap high. Left strap is low as you do your twists and rotations. Cervical motion, milking the cow as well. Abs are nice and tight, you're sucking your tummy. This is asymmetrical. It should cause your head to fall over to the left a little bit more. Just work that cervical rotation. And then we're going to switch it. Your left side's going to go high, your right side's going to go low. And it's Wolfie coming to say hello. Hello, Wolfie. Hi, girl. Hi. Keep rolling it out. She's going to do her little dance for us. She's summoning the rain. And she's gone. Okay, this should have opened up thoroughly your cervical curve in your neck. I want you to just lower things down and see what it feels like to move your head and neck around. Okay, keep breathing. Now you're going to take the strap, put it in your left hand over the top of your head. Your right hand's going to go palms forward. You're going to pull everything down as you drive your elbow above your head as best you can. You're really going to yank down on that right side. Abs are nice and tight, and you're going to move your torso around. This is going to open up your tricep and your latissimus dorsi. Keep your abs engaged. Keep breathing. Keep your pelvic floor on, and you can move around. We're looking for upper body mobility. Keep breathing. Oh yeah, get it, get it, get it. Lean over to the right, lean over to left, arch extend. Remember, we do more flexion than we do extension, so really focus on that extension. Okay, and then we're gonna switch sides first. So take the strap over the top of your head in your right hand. Left hand goes palm forward. You're gonna pull that strap down, pull it down, pull it down. Try to get it as much over the top of your head as you can. And then now move your thoracic cage around. This is opening up that, once again, tricep and the lat. Keep your abs engaged. Suck in that tummy. Keep breathing. See what it feels like. Keep breathing. Leaning way over to the left. Lean way over to the right. See if it opens up as much as the other side did. Good. And we're going to now switch hands again. Now the strap goes in your left hand. This time your right hands will go knuckles forward. You're going to pull with the strap over the top of your left shoulder. So you're yanking or hoisting up your right shoulder back behind you. Then you're going to do your head and neck motions now. Keep your abs engaged. Don't let your abs shut off just because you feel tension in your shoulders. And that's about proper tension. We want tension in the body. We want to manage it correctly. And so we don't want the tension you feel in your shoulder to cause other parts of your body to turn off in the attempts of getting away from tension. We want to manage it because tension is where we get strength and power from. And you would never throw away an extra $1,000. You would use it to your advantage. Keep breathing. Just see how things feel. Abs are engaged. Wow, that is tight on me. From lifting all the cinder blocks from yesterday. Shake out that arm. And then we're going to take the strap in your right hand. Remember, the knuckles go forward as you hold on to that strap. We're going to hoist that arm up your backside. And once again, you're moving your head and neck around. Working cervical mobility is important, even though at the end of the day, we don't want cervical motion to do much. We have to have that motion because we got to be able to turn our heads and look up, look down. And if you can't, you're going to compensate somehow, or you're going to neglect information, which is way worse. Just, you see those people that can't look up, so they don't even try to look up. They hit their maximum and they don't look up instead of tipping their heads back. They just neglect information. And good. Go ahead, shake out your arms. You're gonna use your strap once again. We're gonna take it back behind you. We're gonna see what kind of mobility you have on your shoulders as we take the strap over the top of your head back behind you. I gotta open it up because I don't have much mobility. Remember to breathe, and then you can do one side at a time. Or you can do both at the same time. Keep your abs engaged. Don't let your rib cage flare. This is shoulder mobility. Abs are nice and tight. Squeeze those shoulder blades down and back. Good. Just shake out your arms, see what they're starting to feel like. You're going to come off the ball and the block because just about now your pelvic floor is probably dying because it's not used to that much pressure. And we're going to set those aside for the moment. We're going to take the roller now and we're going to put it behind your shoulder blades. And we're going to start the process of rolling. As you roll towards your head, your toes will come up. As you roll towards your feet, your heels will come up. It's just heels and toes. It's okay if you hear your ribs rearticulating with snap, crackles, and pops, or your vertebrae. You can add a twist to get one side more than the other if you find that one side sore than the other. And we're just going to roll and get used to that feeling. And then take your arms over the top of your head as you roll. So this will give you a longer lever, and we're starting to mobilize, open the shoulders. We're going to do quite a lot of work in this position because we're going to open up the shoulders in a way that we don't typically open them up. Okay, and momentarily just come down, put the roller underneath your head like a pillow, and turn your head left and right. Keep your abs engaged. Keep breathing. Notice if you're sore on one side but not the other, or sore on both sides. And just ask yourself why, because it shouldn't be sore at all. Jaws relaxed. Okay, good. We're going to go back into our rolling position. Whoa. Oops. You're going to take your arms over the top of your heads with your legs straight, and you're going to do circles above your head, one arm at a time. Just see what it feels like, one arm at a time, to do this with your head in extension. You're not going to like this because you don't practice this during the day. And then you can push up a tiny bit, arch a little bit more, and continue to do it, but keep your rib cage closed. So it's pulling only through your arms and not through your neck and your shoulders too much. Your abs are protecting you. Arch as much as you can, and then come back down. Head goes on the roller like a pillow. Turn your head left and right. We're mobilizing that upper half of the body to allow extension with support from the lower half of the body. Keep breathing. If you do this correctly, there's sit-ups. If you do it incorrectly, you're just gonna feel like you have a whole bunch of neck tension, especially in the front. Okay, one more time, above your head, stretch, arch, circles above your head, one side, then the other side. It is okay to go into extension if your abs are on and your rib cage is closed. If you're really hating it, you could do support your head on one side and then switch, support your head on the other side. But see what it feels like to support your head from your abs. We have to learn that. And that's why certain people don't walk away from car accidents, because their ab connection to their neck connection to the ab is weak. And when they get rear-ended, they don't have enough ab control to protect their neck. Okay, roll down the roller once again. So it's under your head like a pillow, and turn your head left and right. We have to apologize to the neck because this is a lot of extension you're probably not used to. Keep your abs engaged. So this remains a sit-up. We're doing sit-ups even though it doesn't feel like traditional sit-ups. This is stabilization, or so this is functional abdominal training. So you're teaching how your body to function. Your abs function to protect your neck. Okay, we're gonna sit up now. You're gonna take your roller, and I know it's hard to see because I'm a black on black, but the roller goes into your, what feels like your your right pocket, and it's gonna go high on the right. You're gonna lean back, and that's gonna put the roller underneath your right shoulder, underneath your head. Your left shoulder's on the ground, both your hips are on the ground. You're gonna do circles above your head. This is isolating glenohumeral, so that's shoulder joint motion. We want this to be as round as we possibly can. Try to do it over the top of your head instead of in front of you. This is easy. You can do this too, nothing wrong with that. But try to get it over the top of your head because that's what we seldom do in the day, unless you install ceiling fans for a living. Keep breathing, abs are nice and tight. Keep breathing, keep your abs engaged, close up this rib cage. Just feel what it feels like to open things up. The head's on the roller, your right shoulder's on the roller, left shoulder's on the ground, both hips are on the ground. Okay, we're gonna sit back up again. We're gonna do the other side. The roller goes into your left pocket. It goes high on the right. You're gonna lean back. Your left shoulder goes on the roller. Your head goes on the roller. Your right shoulder's down. Both hips are down. You're gonna take your arm over the top of the head as you roll out your, what is this? A left shoulder above your head. You can do it in front of you, like I said. It's not bad, but we want to try to get it above our head since that's where we seldomly do work during the day. Keep breathing. Abs are nice and tight. Jaws relaxed. Whoa. Oh. Roll it out. Get everything moving and grooving. Nice and clean. Notice if your right's more open or has cleaner motion than left or vice versa. Okay. Roller goes under your head like a pillow once again. Turn your head left and right. We're just opening up the head and neck. Biggest complaint during the day is stress in the shoulders, the head and the neck. Oh, I have such neck tension. I get headaches. Well, this is the way you open it up. Okay. Aha. Now we're gonna sit up. You're gonna put your roller off to your side. It goes underneath your armpit. Interlock your fingers. We're gonna work on Cuban motion or Latin motion. You're gonna move your rib cage. This will open up what feels like your teres major, teres minor, if you're right on top of it. If you lean back slightly, you'll get your infraspinatus. And if you tip all the way forward, it'll get your serratus anterior. So depending on what's tight, go after it. See what it feels like. And as it gets easier, you could take your arms above your head straight and do it. You can interlock your fingers as you do it, or you can drive with your legs instead of moving from your hips. You can try it all. You can rock across the band from your serratus anterior through your teres major, teres minor, all the way to your infraspinatus. Just get the side opened up. That's a lot of shoulder mobility. We like it. Okay. Whoa. Get out anything that feels sore. And then we're going to switch sides. Beauty is you don't even have to get up. I'm going to get up just so I can see what you guys are doing. But you can roll on to the other shoulder. No biggie. Interlock your fingers behind your neck first. Get that Cuban motion going. I'm going to angle a little bit more. As I said before, if you're right on top of it, you're on your teres major, teres minor. If you tip back, it's your infraspinatus. And if you go all the way forward, it's serratus anterior. These muscles sound very odd, but if you have any shoulder injuries or you have rotator cuff injuries, you know these muscles, you've heard them. You can do it with your arms straight now. You can drive from your feet instead of from your hips. You can get all the different positions, opening things up. Wolfie, Wolfie. Keep breathing. Oh. Jaws relaxed, really roll things out. This is an advantage to you to have mobility. You can do range of motion as well. Keep breathing. And then once again, put the head roller on under your head like a pillow. Turn your head left and right. See if things are starting to open up. Okay, take the roller out from underneath your head. The ground should feel a lot better underneath you. I got to figure out where to put this microphone. Whoops. Smoke detectors are going off. Put the roller underneath your sacrum real quickly. Hold on to it. You're going to bend your knees. We're going to do some lower body mobility as you go to the right and to the left. Oh. Keep your abs engaged. Just rock from side to side. Rolling over your glute minimus and your glute medius as you go from side to side, which will also help you open up your shoulders, surprisingly. And if you're doing it correctly, you're doing sit-ups. I know today is more of a stretchy day, but we will get muscle activation in a second. Legs go up in the air. Abs are nice and tight, straight legs. You're going to pump your toes to your nose and then point them. Pump, point, pump, point. What this is doing is opening up your soleus and your gastroc, mainly your soleus, causing the pumping, hi, Wolfie, pumping of blood back to your heart. What a weird dog. Oh, hello. Oh, you heard the beeping of the smoke detector and you got scared. Okay, just climb up me. I don't mind. Okay, take your legs apart. Do the same thing. This will open up your abductors. Keep your abs engaged. It's okay, Wolfie. It is okay. Oh, such a brave little dog. Okay, we're going to bring it back to center as we do our little walk. One leg, then the other leg. Keep your abs engaged. There should be no pain in the knees. This is non-load-bearing exercise on your knees. So if you feel pain in your knees, you got to figure out what muscles to turn on to stabilize the joint, because we don't want joints working, we want muscles working. It's not to say the joints will bend, but we want it working from muscles. Double time. Abs engaged. Triple time. Killing time. Super fast for 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, go ahead and put your feet to the ground. Abs are nice and tight. We're going to do some sit-ups from here. Tighten your abs, close up your rib cage, and then release. Do again. Tighten your abs. Tighten your abs. Tighten your abs. Good. You guys are doing awesome. Keep those abs engaged. Close up that rib cage. Activate your abs in extension. This is going to work to open up your upper back. 9, 10. Okay, sorry, Wolfie, the scary noises. Okay, I got to take you off for a second. We're going to sit back up again. You're going to use your strap now. Oh, Wolfie, it's okay. You're okay, little girl. It's just a smoke detector. Yes, I will protect you. You stay there, you'll be safe. Okay, you're going to take your strap now. Oh, you're going to want to be on my lap, huh? Okay, put the strap around your left leg. Hi, girl, you're brave. You're a brave little girl. I know it. Batten it down tight. It's under your shin and over your thigh. Okay. We'll go over here for a second. No, there. Maria? Let me take one quick break. I gotta get Wolfie to safety. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. Wolfie had to be rescued from the scary smoke detecting monster. You're going to take the strap, put it around your thigh, under your shin, really close to your ankle, and up as high to your thigh as you can. We're going to do a couple of things in this position. If you have a long strap, like I do, I'm going to have a little bit of troubles with it. But we'll get it. So if your strap is long, what you can do is wrap it around your leg a few times. This is a really long strap. It's a 12-foot strap. And then just tuck in the extra piece. Okay. What we're going to do from here, let me get a hold of the microphone. Everything's working against me today. Okay, you're going to take your block. Let me get a lighter colored block so you can see what I'm doing. You're going to put that under your knee. We're only using it for padding, so if you don't need it, that's fine. You're going to put your right knee on the block, the straps on your left leg. We're going to take your leg out to the side. This is where we find out how strong your butt is. You're going to take your leg out to the side, and you're going to make sure your knee is higher than your foot and both hands are down, both elbows are locked out, and we're going to pump this leg up into the air. Keep your abs engaged. Push your hips over to the left as you lift up. I know it's easy to go over to right. We want you over to the left. Abs are nice and tight. You're pumping that leg up in the air. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now you're going to take that leg back behind you, and we're going to lift up this way. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Good. Now we're going to do a combo. You're going to go out to the side, back behind you. Out to the side, back behind you. So we're working the butt. So a lot of the tension you feel in your shoulder is a weakening of your butt, and we're going to strengthen your butt. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you can rest. Don't unstrap your leg yet. We're going to use it to our advantage. We're going to put the ball underneath our left butt cheek. You're going to just lift up your left leg as you roll out your left butt. It's a weird feeling, but it's lengthening out your butt muscle. Keep your abs engaged because this continues to be a sit-up. You can go in the opposite direction anytime you'd like. And good. Stay on that leg. You're going to take your right leg back behind you. You're just getting it all done at once. Okay. This is where it's fun and stressful at the same time. You're going to take your arms back behind you. You're going to hinge forward, woo, and then come back up. Keep your abs engaged. Suck in that tummy. Don't use your belly as an airbag against your thigh. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Almost done with this. Come back into kneeling. Okay, you're going to come up high knee. So you're going to be on the top of what feels like your left knee. Abs are nice and tight. Hands going to stick them up. We're going to try our balance work here as you take your leg out to the side and then back down. This is balance without compensation into your knees or your feet. So it feels weird, like your leg is super ballistic and wants to just go up. Abs. Try to hold time under tension so you're keeping your core on. 9, 10. Good. You can unstrap this leg. It's just easiest to slide it down your leg and slide it back up your other leg, because roughly they're about the same size. All the way up your ankle, to your ankle on your shin, all the way to the top of your thigh. And then you can strap up the extra pieces around your leg. Keep breathing. It's an interesting feeling because this is small angles for starters, but it's also deep compressive. And unless you're used to compressing a joint this much, it feels kind of, for some people, very scary. Okay. Once again, you're going to use a block just for padding, nothing else. So if you don't need it, you don't need it. Hands go against the ground. Abs are nice and tight. You're going to take your leg out to the side. You're going to suck in your tummy. You're going to push your hips over to the right. Both elbows are locked out. Abs are engaged. And you're going to lift your knee higher than your foot. And you're going to try to lift your knee above the level of your hips. Keep your abs engaged. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Leg goes back behind you. 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now, out to your side, back behind you. Abs are engaged, and you're breathing. 6, 7. This teaches you mobility of the hip. 8, 9, 10. Excellent. We're going to come off the block. My strap seems to have come undone. I got to restrap myself. Oh, well. Okay. You're going to take your right leg forward, left leg back. Arms go back behind you. Abs are engaged. You're sucking at tummy. You're smiling up. You're going to hinge forward and then come back up. Keep your abs engaged. Don't blow out your belly. The airbag on your thigh with your belly. 6, 7. Don't let the pressure go into your knees. 8, 9, 10. Okay. Come back into kneeling. We are going to go into what I used to call mini Kung Fu theater. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. You're going to take that leg out to your side and then back down. Notice if one side is easier than the other. Whoa, my balance is not so good on this side. So that means I need to keep my core on better. 6, 7, 8, knees together. 9, abs. 10. That was a cheat, yeah. Okay, we're gonna put the ball underneath our booty. I did forget steps, that's okay. You're gonna roll out your booty. Got it out of order. And then go in the opposite direction whenever you feel ready. That was out of order, mini Kung Fu theater and butt rolled, but that's okay. It works out. Okay, come back into kneeling. You can unstrap this leg. Don't undo the strap. We're just going to slide it back up the other leg. This time you don't have to worry about the excess pieces. We're not going to do a whole lot of motion. But just make sure the leg is strapped down. Because we're going to go into sit-up position. So you're going to take your ball, put it in the small of your back, and your legs are out in front of you like this. You're going to almost immediately notice what it means to have your knee this strapped up. Because it's going to throw off your balance. First, we're going to do some sit-ups here. Abs are nice and tight. You're just doing sit-ups. Suck in your tummy as you come up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Then you can straighten out your right leg as you continue. Suck in that tummy. 8, 9, 10. Rest. And breathe. Okay, and here we go. You're going to do a right punch across your body with a twist. 8, 9, 10. Good. Hands go back behind you. This is where it gets fun. Suck in that tummy. You're going to bring your knee to your chest. Suck in your tummy. Now release your hands. 3, 4, 5. Suck in that tummy. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. We're going to switch sides before I forget what we did, which is a good idea. We're switching legs. So why we are strapping up is because this is bending your leg to an angle you wouldn't allow yourself normally. So that means you can't cheat and you can't figure out a compensation. You actually have to do it correctly. Okay, so once again, ball's gonna go in the small of your back. Both legs are bent. Now it's gonna feel super weird because you had freedom off your right leg and now it's restricted. Arms go up, abs are nice and tight. We're gonna do sit-ups. Suck in your tummy as you come up. 3, 4, exhale, inhale. 8, 9, 10. Good. Straighten your left leg. Okay, same thing. Suck in your tummy. 4, 5. Suck in that tummy. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and rest. We're going to do our punches now. Your abs are nice and tight. You're going to go to the right with your left punch. Suck in that tummy. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Hands go back behind you. You're sucking in your tummy. Whew. Here we go. Arms are up. You're going to lift and lower your right leg. 3, 4. Suck in that tummy. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Come back into kneeling. We're going to switch legs again. So either this is getting really annoying or you're getting really good at switching legs, or both. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, well. Okay. Now, this is going to really help you with the concept of cheating. You're going to drop your legs off to the left side of your body. The ball will go just as a little crutch on that left side. Your abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. We're going to do sit-ups. We're going to go into a lateral bend. It's the I'm a little teapot movement. Suck in your tummy. Don't get this from your neck. Get this from your oblique down here in your abdomen. I see a lot of people do this a lot. That's not the same thing. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you're going to rotate into it. We're going to go at it. 1, 2, sucking in your tummy, getting the oblique, and now more of the transverse abdominis. This is the internal oblique. And then now we're going to turn away. This will get the external oblique. Abs are nice and tight. You're going to lean back over to the left as you keep your heart to the right. You got to keep your hip forward or it's going to go into your hip flexor. And that doesn't feel good. You want to keep it in the abs. 9, 10. Good. Now we're going to stay in the center. You're going to lift your leg up. And you're going to pump it in the air. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep it in the air as you bring your knee to your elbow and take it back behind you. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That is a fine oblique workout. Let's do the other side. Having a little troubles with the microphone. Okay, once again, you are going to fall off to the left side. Your legs go to the right. You're going to put the ball underneath your butt cheek just as a crutch. Abs are nice and tight. Chest is up nice and tall. We're going to go into I'm a little teapot position. And you're going to lean over to the right. You're working this oblique now as a group. That's the internal and external. Keep breathing. Suck in that tummy to activate the transverse abdominis. 9, 10, and then we're going to rotate. We're going to go at it. Really pull through that oblique. This is now your internal oblique plus your transverse abdominis. And now we're going to rotate to the left. Really open that hip forward. You're going to lean back over to the right. This is getting the external oblique. Eight, 9, 10. Good. You're going to come back to center. You're going to lift, lower this leg. Lift and lower. Lift, lower. Keep your hip forward, or you're going to feel it in the hip flexor instead of your oblique. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep your leg in the air as you bring your knee to your elbow and then back behind you. 2, 3, 4, abs. 5, 6, 7, back behind you. 8, 9, 10. Good. Did we do anything else? I don't think so. Come back in the knee lane. So just about now, your legs want to be straight. So we're going to straighten them. And it's going to have a whole lot of sweat behind the knee, which is just disgusting. You're going to straighten out your legs in the down dog. Try to get your heels down, turn your feet out, or turn your knees out, keep your feet parallel. Push your hips back, engage first, second, third chakras. Drive from out of the shoulders, so all the work's going into your sits bones, your ischial tuberosities, and just lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Feel the stretch. And then come back into kneeling. I don't usually do this, but we're going to work back up to the feet. So you can have your roller handy in case your blood pressure drops or you need a little hand. Because we're going to do all the things we usually do at the beginning of class now, and it's going to feel a whole lot different. If you feel dizzy because we did a lot of bent knee stuff and low to the ground, just bend over until your blood pressure catches up with you. Okay, we're going to start with the block. Okay, put your left foot on the block, left heel is down, abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy, feet are parallel, knees are over top of your feet, shoulder blades are down back. I want your abs on super tight, especially we've been working on it. Suck in that tummy, pump your hips forward. We're lengthening that soleus now and gastroc, sorry, mainly gastroc, because our knees locked out. When it's bent, it's soleus. When it's straight, it's gastroc. And since we brought it up, we're going to do it. Keep your abs engaged. You're going to bend and straighten both knees. We're going to do a little squat. When the soleus gets tight, all sorts of problems happen. So keep it loose. It helps your heart. You should notice an overall decrease in tension in your body. Good. Let's switch sides. Whoa, that was weird. I'd have done that if I tried. You can tell what kind of day it is for me. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. Abs really engaged. You know what it feels like to draw everything in? Keep the knees turned out. You're sucking in your tummy. Keep breathing. Abs. Smiles. Shoulder blades down and back, head over top of your feet. Okay, and now we're gonna do our little squat. You're gonna squat down, bend and straighten, abs are nice and tight. Hold your forearms. So these are sit-ups. I want you to keep your abs engaged using your butt. Nice. That's it, good. We're gonna come off the ball or block, and we're gonna get the little ball and put it underneath your left foot. You're gonna roll out the underside of your feet, keeping your feet parallel. Keep them parallel, abs are nice and tight. Don't care what you do under your foot as long as your feet are parallel. Your foot shouldn't be sore, and it's not the ball that's making your foot sore, it's the way you use your foot that's making your foot sore. So get out anything that feels like soreness. I can't believe we finally figured out the speaker situation. Abs are nice and tight, suck in your tummy. You'll lateral aspect of your foot, ball your foot and your toes. All right. Bend your knees, same thing. Keep your feet parallel. You're moving more from your hip than your knee. I know your knee's gonna move, that's okay. But try to move from the hip. So we're trying to get the hip to move versus the knee to move. Keep those feet parallel. And switch sides. Roll out your right foot, keep your feet parallel, both knees are locked out. Good alignment, abs are engaged. These are sit-ups. This was a particularly easy day. So expect perfection when you do all of these movements. Okay, now bend both knees and you're rolling from primarily your hip. Keep those feet parallel. You can do side to side motions. Just keep those feet parallel. Keep breathing. Keep your abs engaged. Very nice. Ball comes out from under your feet. Oops. We're going to go into stance now. Feet parallel. Hips width apart. Here's your ASIS. Here's your pubic symphysis. Midway in between is hips width apart. Want a slight bend on the knees at hips width apart. Want your calves on, your quads on. First chakra, your pelvic floor is firing up. Second chakra, your lower abs are firing up. Third chakra, your upper abs are firing up as you get your head over top of your pelvic floor. Abs are nice and tight, slightly straighten your legs. As you put 1/3 the way through the balls of your feet, 1/3 the way through your toes, and finally 1/3 the way through your heels. That means 66% of your weight is forward as now we activate the tripod, big toe and first metatarsal head, outer four toes, and the corresponding metatarsal heads, but especially that pinky toe, and finally the heel. So you should feel really grounded after everything we did. We're gonna almost straighten the legs and are semi-bent, and we're gonna do sit-ups. You're gonna suck in your tummy and then go into extension. Suck in your tummy, go into extension. Your abs stay on the whole time. I want you to try to figure out how to move from your abs versus just arching your spine. It's abdominal contractions. I was rewatching the Star Wars trilogy, and it's interesting to watch C-3PO because they didn't know what to do with the center. Because the center had to be flexible. Okay, and now same thing, side to side. Notice if you go to one direction better than the other. Keep your chest up as you do this. Keep your abs engaged. These are sit-ups. Talking to each other, I know we feel the same about the situation. Just feel, contract. Contract. Nothing in the human body has a single function, so you're doing ascending, descending colons. You're doing your kidneys, you're doing your liver, stomach, spleen, pancreas, gallbladder, your heart, your lungs, your bladder, your reproductive organs, all in this motion. Okay, go ahead and stop. See if you're dizzy. Shouldn't be. You're gonna take we'll just do a few of these. Right leg forward, left leg back. Abs are nice and tight. You're gonna bend the front knee. Make sure your front knee is over top of your foot. Hands go back behind you. Suck in that tummy. You're gonna do sit-ups here. Suck them in and release. Suck that tummy in, release. Suck it in, release. Suck it in, release. Should be easy to find your abs now. Keep your arms back behind you as you hinge forward, keeping your spine straight. No pressure into your low back or knee. It should be in your quad. It should be in your butt. It should be in your lats. It should be in your abs. But it most certainly should not be in your low back because that's a joint and we're working muscles in that joint. Walk out of the doorway, that's just the place to start. The only thing I ever wanted starts with us taking the 10. Good. Let's switch sides. Right leg is straight. Push that thigh back. Front knee is bent. Knee is over top of your foot. We're going to do sit-ups first. Suck in your tummy and then release. Suck it in, release. Feel what it feels like to draw your belly in, then contract it, and then release it. We're trying to take any pressure out of the low back. If you feel pressure in your low back, it's because your abs have shut off. Had a student blow out her back, and she said she did everything correctly, except you couldn't have blown out your back without turning off your abs. Keep your abs engaged. Keep those abs engaged now as we hinge forward and then come back up. No pressure in your low back. If there's pressure in your low back, it means your abs need to turn on and your hips need to push back. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Feet come together. Feet are parallel. We're going to do a wide stance now. Because we're going to go into squat. You can use your roller to assist you in that squat. Hands going to stick them up. Chest is up. We're going to hold this. You should feel this only in muscles. You should feel this in your quads. You should feel this in your butt, your back muscles, and your ab muscles. And here we go. A little squat. Where you should not feel it is in your knees. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To the ground. Let me move the mic once again. As we finish up. We're going to put the roller underneath our thighs in the front. And we're going to roll the front of our thighs out. As it gets easier, you could do a twist to do one side than the other. But if you find any sore spots, then straighten your leg. If it goes all the way to your tensor fasciae lata and you're sore, you can flex and extend your hip. Keep rolling it out. I'm just changing out the music. It's time to go on your roller lengthwise. Butt is on the roller, head is on the roller. Feet are parallel, knees are bent. Shoulder blades are down and back, so don't let them round. Don't let your head float up above the roller. Don't let your chin stick out, tuck into that chin. Shoulder blades are down and back. So it's getting good posture. We're gonna go one step further. I want you to move out the roller and wiggle your head off the end until what's called your EOP, that's the bump on the back of your head, is slightly off the end of the roller, just a little bit. And that's going to put your crown of your head in alignment with your pelvic floor. Once you do that, tighten your pelvic floor, close up your rib cage, start breathing through second chakra, and just let the space between your pelvic floor and the crown of your head separate naturally. And breathe. And do last moment things. Take your arms up over the top of your head. We're just going to breathe as we lengthen. Keep your rib cage closed. Keep your abs engaged. Keep that pelvic floor on to protect those shoulders. Jaws relaxed. Arms out to the side. You're hugging someone very large now. Keep breathing. And now, at your own rate, go back and forth between hands over top of the head like someone scored a touchdown, and then out to the sides like you're hugging someone very large. Just go back and forth. Keep your abs engaged to protect your shoulders. If your shoulders feel vulnerable, tighten your abs even more. Try to flatten out that spine against the roller as you do this to even further protect those shoulders. Fire up your lats as well as your abs. Okay, arms go in front of you like you're sleepwalking. We're going to work on this because it came up with so many people this week. Take your right leg up in the air. We're going to balance. And we're going to switch. You're going to take now your left leg into the air. It's okay if you're off balance. Just center it until you get it. Then leg goes down, arms go down. Both legs go in the air. And then your left hand goes in the air. Or sorry, right hand. Sorry, right hand. And then switch sides. Legs back down, hands down. Feet parallel, knees over tops of your feet, and breathe. You can turn your head side to side to see if you accidentally put tension into your neck instead of your abs. Your abs are not in your neck, so your neck should be nice and loose. You guys stay on the roller. I'm going to sit up. It's appreciation time. I want you to appreciate how your body feels. I want you to see how things feel in your body, how your breath feels. We've opened up the upper half of the body. In doing so, we have toned down what's called sympathetic chain ganglia. So you should feel like the stress in your body has been lowered. Just breathe. Sometimes we have stress, sometimes we accidentally store it in our body. And doing things like this releases that storage of tension in the body. reconnects us and grounds us back in our hips, which in turn grounds us back to the earth. I made a remark about this last week. I think it's interesting that humans stood up against the earth farther than any animal because we're all the way up on our feet. We're not even on fours. And in doing so, we had to go against gravity a lot. And that means there's a lot of work to be done. We're bipedal instead of quadrupedal. So that means we have to get the head over the top of our hips and over the top of our feet. And that's why the weight of our brain was an advantage. It was a great stabilizer. Feel what it feels like to have your head over the top of your pelvic floor. Feel what it feels like to breathe and be in your center. You guys have done an amazing job. And on behalf of Mario, who had to do something else, and me, we'd just like to say thank you and that we appreciate you so much for being here, showing up, doing the crazy things we ask of you, and supporting us. Thank you, and namaste.